guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And we have news stories together.
What's the news? Tell me.
Oh, I don't think
Tell Daniel and I
don't think you're going to like me, huh?
Okay.
Actually, I don't know. Well, the first one. Let's start with the bad news first. Go to the good news second. The bad news is
that's a big road.
Almost as big as mine.
Me don't believe that at all. No, that's just disgusting.
Well, when you get older, they shrink.
Me can look. I mean, no,
You do.
not me.
Prove it.
But I can. Is you all about making wiener jokes, or is you gonna have a real conversation? Tomatoes, lettuce, burning beef. Is it burning?
I've never had boring beef in my life.
Oh my god. You need to take yourself to San Jester Raphael somewhere alone.
I slept with her in the 80s.
Is it burning?
we know coming up in a couple weeks here, we're going to have It, Welcome to Derry, the TV series on HBO Max. We're fresh off the huge disappointment that was Alien Earth. The Pennywise franchise is fresh off the disappointment that was It Chapter 2, The Last Andy Muschietti, who is fresh off the disappointment that was The Flash.
God damn it, I don't know what it is about your face, but I want to deliver one of these right in your suck hole.
I like The Flash was just misunderstood.
You shut your hole. He said that, by the way.
Who?
Andy Muschietti came out and he's like, well, first off, not a lot of people saw it. He's like, people are pooping on it who didn't see it.
Yeah, well, your last name sounds like a Parmesan cheese. It's like, how much machete would you like on your spaghetti? I was like,
Part of the reason The Flash was so bad, it wasn't just the Ezra Miller stuff. It was because the graphics,
the special effects were terrible.
Awful, embarrassingly horrible. You got to do better. So we're hoping that this is going to be, but we did get bad news where they said that, this is crazy, dude. On the heels of Crystal Lake coming out with no Jason prequel.
that sounds fantastic.
Yeah,
What?
we got the news that they say, oh, by the way, Pennywise is not going to show up till like way late in the season.
Yeah, it's because, Skarsgård's got so many things going on. Like, he's giving away to charity, and he's like, really flying around the world and making dreams come true for a lot of non-privileged people. It's because you can't afford it.
Well, dude, I heard that too, though. I don't think that that's the case. This is HBO.
Shut up and just agree.
No, I heard someone say that, and it's not that, dude, because everybody, listen, this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I think Bill Skarsgård, pretty overrated. People aren't going to like it. Look at the filmography, dude, all right? Other than Pennywise, which is what he's going to be coming back to be doing.
He's a good actor.
I'm not saying he's a bad actor. I'm not saying his talent's overrated. I'm saying his star power is overrated. Look at his filmography. Dude, he just did a movie called Locked In, Locked Out. That was like limited run in theaters, barely did anything. He was barely in Barbarian for a minute. What has he done that's been a huge starring role? Apart from Nosferatu. He's a great actor, don't get me wrong, but people talk about him like he's Tom fucking Cruise, man. And that's just not, look at his filmography. It's not there.
Yeah, so you're saying that this is an intentional leave out, that they were like, we don't really want to make it about Pennywise, we want to make it about the Stranger Things cast.
So here's what they said. They said it is a shape-shifting creature, and in the movies there's only so much space to see those non-Pennywise manifestations.
That's just something ugly people say. That's not...
In the book, though, like he's a shapeshifter. He is a shapeshifter. He changes shapes or whatever, and I get all that. They did that in the movies too, with him becoming the spider and various other things like that. And there's other things in the book he could become that could be pretty freaky. But he's the face of the fucking movie, though.
He is. That is true. But I would say less is more there, Chip. Maybe they're thinking like, I thought they would sprinkle him in a little bit in the beginning.
At least.
And then have a full-on moment or a couple of moments with him later on in the season.
Yeah.
But if they're just not going to have him at all show up, why the fuck would this be revealed? That's terrible marketing. That's stupid.
They probably know people are going to be pissed.
But what? He was like, I'm tuning in to watch these no-name kids in a fucking dairy. No, people are wanting to see fucking Pennywise.
Yeah, did you know you still haven't learned the lessons of Halloween 3 that people showed up to watch Michael Myers? I love Halloween 3, but again, maybe that's not, they're trying to get ahead of it.
John Carpenter himself's like, yeah, that's fucked up. I mean, John Carpenter's on record for saying it.
Yeah, your fucking franchise is that face. It's that face. It is the face of Pennywise. It's the clown. This is crazy to me.
Well, it definitely stinks of the Friday the 13th idea, where we won't have Jason in it until maybe the end, and even then we might not give you that. I mean, we might just tease your taint, but we might not give you that, and you're like, what the fuck am I watching for then? I could give a shit less about Pamela Voorhees or why she did what she did. Why she do what she do? Because she crazy. I don't care. I don't care about Pamela Voorhees.
You want to find a crazy woman, you just go down to the Piggly Wiggly.
Look at my ex-wife's Facebook. Don't do that. But
there's a lot of about that.
But I'm saying, like, I don't. Some people could say though the idea behind Derry is not necessarily the focus on Pennywise, because I think they make a mention in the film, and I think they've talked about it in the book. It's been a while since I've read the book. I love the book though, where the town itself was infected by this evil, where they were like turning a cold shoulder to some of the everyday moments that happen that are atrocious.
Yeah.
And that's what Pennywise fed off of. So he was always lurking in the background, not really an overarching character as far as like having to be on screen. He was always there in every evil act that happened in the town. So maybe that's what they're going with. I don't know. But
I'm sure it is.
It also, well, maybe, or it could be like, I don't know what the fuck, because sometimes I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, they don't know how to put Pennywise in it in a way that makes sense.
Yeah, it's to me, it's just absolutely egregiously stupid.
But I'm also,
to go full episodes without seeing him at all.
But I don't want to poop all over it because it's not even out yet. And it does look good. The trailer looked good. I will say the trailer looked okay. So,
but what was the best part of the trailer?
Why are you asking me questions on the
fucking Pennywise.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I was going to be like, yeah, I'll let my press secretary get back to you on that one because right now I don't have the facts in front of me.
Ridiculous. But here's another story. This could be good, be bad, depending on how you look on it. Dream Warriors director Chuck Russell, who I do want to remind everybody, just put out a Witchboard movie that was apparently absolutely atrocious, but apparently they had about a snorkel and a popsicle stick worth of a budget.
Chuck Russell sounds like Chuck Russell sounds like a manager of a rock band in the '80s that got caught doing heroin on stage.
I mean, yeah,
it was all Chuck's fault. Like Chuck Russell's the one. I could be like watching VH1 behind the music, watching a band talk about. It's like everything was good, man. Our band was on fire, and then old Chuck Russell got involved, and he was the one that put on, hey, y'all should like sacrifice a chicken on stage live, and it ruined the whole thing. Chuck Russell.
Yeah. Chuck was naked. He was going to set the building on fire, and I said, don't do that.
Or Chuck Russell sounds like a guy's like, Chuck Russell's like this weird uncle that like comes over when he's drunk and he's like, hey, listen, I was a goddamn kickboxing tournament champion and I'm the one that almost beat Chuck Norris. I'm Chuck Russell. That's who they
remember the name.
Chuck Russell.
Forget it. Chuck Russell, director of Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, probably did party with Dawkins, probably did do some cocaine.
Oh, he's got a nice
Dawkins.
Fucking IMDb.
Eraser, he did The Mask with Jim Carrey, by the way, which is where the story's going, Scorpion King. But again, the recent movie he did, 2024's Witchboard was terrible, but again, you could tell by the budget, that had no shot in hell.
You're not going to touch that.
No, not going to touch it, no chance. He says that he would be interested in coming back to direct another Freddy Krueger movie, but he also says that if he did it, he would want, obviously he thinks it should be Robert Englund. That's what he would want.
What Englund doesn't want to do it.
And he said if he couldn't, he would love to see Jim Carrey do it.
I actually am not against this idea. I actually think it would be pretty good. Like, listen, I think that Jim Carrey is just enough crazy to pull this off, and I'm willing to see it. No. Like I was doing the Ace Ventura.
No.
I think that Jim Carrey could pull it off. I think people forget that he is a decent dramatic actor, and he did a horror movie called The Number 23, which I saw that image there, so that's why I'm using it as an example. But
I like Number 23, by the way.
I don't think that's a very good movie, but I will say, he is good in it. Like as far as I can respect his acting ability, taking a horror thriller and doing pretty well with it. I think I could see that happening. Now, whether or not you could get Jim Carrey to put down the hashish pipe for 5 seconds to come back and do it is the question. He's also talked about Jim Carrey. The Grinch makeup made him extremely uncomfortable, and he went through a shit ton of fucking social or anxiety from it. So maybe he doesn't want to be packed on with layers of makeup if they're going to go the practical effects route, which could also be a problem because if he says I'll do it, I'm just not doing that. Then you rely on CGI, which was a terrible fucking decision. So, but as far as if Jim Carrey were to say yes, I would love to do that. I'm at a point in my career where I can pretty much do anything I want, and I would love to try to tackle that as a new project of mine. I would be on board with it as long as things were practical effects and we had a good, strong script, and it wasn't just relying on the name Jim Carrey to get people in the door. Yeah, dude, I think it would be an absolutely crazy, insane, awesome career turn for Jim Carrey, and I think it's it's a fucking amazing idea, dude. I got so excited I can't speak. I'm having a stroke right now. Yes. I think it's an amazing idea, dude, because Jim Carrey, not only, in my opinion, is he the funniest man who's ever walked the earth, but he's an amazing physical actor. Obviously, you see the things he does, dude. Do you know how much he would add to the fucking weird
nightmare type of stuff Freddy does. He would be able to do so much physical stuff with that. And he has a dark place too. I mean, you've seen the movies that he's done. He's had dark places in his life. He's had dark roles that he's taken on, and he gets really into them. Obviously, the biggest question is none of this matters because we don't know what's going on with the estate. And would Jim Carrey come back to do that? I don't know.
I mean, he doesn't need the money. That's the point.
No.
Like, he really, I mean, he doesn't. I mean, he came back and did the Sonic movies, which I haven't seen, but apparently everyone praises him.
Dude, Robotnik's fucking hilarious.
For his performance. Yeah, so he's still got it.
Yeah.
And he still enjoys it from time to time, but also stepping out of what he's been normally known for and going into something like Freddy Krueger as your next project.
It's maybe
that is
risk.
Huge leap for him. But he is weird enough that he might be like, you know what? Sometimes the sun talks to me when I wake up after I have my coffee. And I went outside and I touched a blade of grass and then I tasted it.
Dude, I read his book and he's insane and I love it.
And then what I realized after I put some dirt in my crack was that the nature is speaking to me. So I had to do things outside of my comfort zone. So then he could take it.
Yeah.
You just got to talk to him in a way that, and by the way, I like this director, Chuck Russell, even though his name is like cringy. I don't think that's his real name, but director Chuck Russell. Maybe that is his real name. If we ever have him on the show, I'm going to apologize to him. But Chuck Russell, I like Nightmare 3. But it's going to depend on what they want to do with it. Like, I don't think...
he says he'd also like to bring back Patricia Arquette, so it would obviously tie directly into Dream Warriors, whatever it was.
Are they going to bring Running from This Nightmare back?
That'd be awesome.
I would love that.
Running from this nightmare.
You know what? I think that's great news.
I love it.
Like, again, this is, by the way, this is not like even a rumor. This is what Chuck Russell
There's
said.
about a 4% chance this happens.
He just said, I would like to have Jim Carrey back if Robert Englund
It's like when
turns
an
it down.
actor's like, you get a news headline, it's like, so-and-so says they'd like to be in a Marvel movie. It's like, no shit, Sherlock, they'd all like to be in Marvel movies.
And don't get me wrong, I think Robert Englund would jump at the chance if he could do it, but physically, he's just too old now. I just don't think he wants to do it anymore.
Carrey's no spring chicken.
But he's also a lot more of a physical actor.
Right.
So I think he could pull it off. Now, I think we had 3C on the show not long ago, and we asked him that kind of same question about who would you rather have to play Freddy Krueger, and there was various names that came up. But and he centered on like maybe an unknown would be the best.
Right, just like England.
I'm still kind of like that too. I don't know. Jim Carrey would be the goddamn Sammy Sosa acquisition to get him, right? But chances are you're never going to get him.
It doesn't have to be Jim Carrey, but I think I would like it.
But Jim Carrey,
that's basically where I land.
But yeah, Jim Carrey would be phenomenal. But the problem is you can't build a franchise off of him. You can't remake the movie.
You did 3 fucking Sonic movies, so I mean, you do a trilogy.
But it's a totally different type of character, and I'm sure that shit's draining.
Yeah, no, 100%. So I mean, but to see that, it'd be worth it just for one movie. For one movie.
Imagine him like doing flashback sequences where he's like the fucking gardener, and he's like, "Hey, I noticed you're wearing a dress. I like that dress. Do you want to see my scissors downstairs in the basement?" And you're like, "What? That's a little kid."
Dude, hi ho, chitty chitty bang bang.
This might be some kind of record.
I'll do that later. Maybe somebody at the Wes Craven estate is a huge Jim Carrey fan, and they go, you know what? You get Jim Carrey, we'll fucking do it.
It's a huge name. I
that
mean,
could happen.
Well, yeah, but here's the problem too. The budget on that movie would be phenomenally big. Jim Carrey would ask like $2-3 million to do it, and that's a big part of the budget.
Probably more than that.
No,
as the main character, he used to pull like $20 million a movie.
That was then. This is now. Okay, right now the guy's eating dirt, saying that it's healthy.
Well, Jim Carrey, I'd believe him.
Like he's become the character that's sitting there surrounded by the animals in Ace Ventura Part 2. He's like, oh. I still love him.
I've never seen them act like this before.
But he's a little strange right now. He's a little out there.
But listen, it's Ace. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and the like button. By the way, if you guys enjoyed this, if you don't know, by the way, if you just happen to click on this, we are live at least once a week, talking movie news live, having a blasty blast. So make sure you click subscribe and check out the next live stream. It'll be on Tuesday night.
Yeah, I'm not dead, you son of a bitch. Just click a live button for once.
Just very much retired.
Very much retired.